Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Awesome to be shooting this video right now out in the wild, in the fresh air. I'm feeling the cool breeze, watching the tree dance and the grass blow. It's pretty inspiring how we live in a world of such great beauty, and it's not often that we actually get to observe beauty. It's only when we become enlightened within ourselves that we can truly step back and see beauty and abundance in all around us, including people. uh, Recently I've been talking about the path and direction, and um, how we choose a certain path, and sometimes we choose the wrong path. And unlike being in a car, you can just backtrack and change direction. Sometimes in life we can't afford detours, and I want to conclude this by saying, or I want to conclude this video series about direction by saying that even though sometimes we we can't choose the path that we're on because we are traveling at such a rapid rate that we don't always see where we're going, and only when we get to where we need to be on that path we can look back and reflect. Now what I propose is that if we can just every day take a moment to absorb where we want to go in life and what we want to do, and build on that. So if your goal is to be extremely wealthy, example, now what you're going to do, what path you're going to take to get there, if you step back and take a moment to absorb and think about these things, how would you get there? How would you get from A to Z, and Z being your wealthiness, achieving your wealthiness, to live in a state of wealthiness, to live in a being of wealthiness? How would you get there? How would you start from A to Z? If you wake up and you tell yourself, look, I'm going to be wealthy one day, well, one day will never come. You have to have a definiteness in your plan. You have to have a map. And what is your map? You can't go into a forest and not expect to get lost if you don't have a map, if I can put it that way. And now you would need a map to get to where you need to be, or where you want to be, or you desire to be. So often we get stuck in the notion of, oh, I will get there someday, but that someday will not come. We have to face that reality. So what I'm saying is that we have to think, each and every one of us have to think and map a life that we desire. We have to construct a life we desire. We have to design the life we desire. Because if we don't do that and we just let things flow, then we will end up somewhere where we ultimately don't want to be. I'm not saying living in the flow is bad. No, what I'm saying is just letting things go without a purpose or direction. That is what I'm talking about. It's beautiful to flow with life. It's beautiful to absorb with life. It's beautiful just to become free with what's around you. I'm free right now in my surroundings. I'm free with my surroundings, and it's a wonderful experience. And as I stand here, I want to move. I want to become more. I want to transcend. And being here is helping me understand what I need to do next. It's allowing me to become present within myself, to soak up the moment, to absorb the moment, to become more present, more enlightened within myself, because I ultimately know where I want to go in life. But now, how does this help you? Are you in the motion? Are you in the flow? Are you in a state of being where you ultimately just want to live or thrive? Do you want to just survive or thrive? Do you just want to be a human, or do you want to be a soul experiencing a blissful human experience? Do you want to live life for temporary happiness, or do you want to live life for truth and fulfillment, to live life with purposeful enrichment? That is the path I'm talking about. If you think wealth, again as example, would be your one and only source of enrichment, then what are you going to do to get there? Are you going to put in the time, the effort, the dedication to study about wealth planning? Are you going to plan to learn from those before you, to learn from the likes of the billionaires of our time and the billionaires of yesteryear? Are you going to put in the time and the effort and make the sacrifices you need to make to get to where you need to be, to get to where you want to be? Are you going to do that? Are you going to take the time out to become more than what you are right now, to better yourself for tomorrow? Because let me tell you this, your wealth can only grow to the extent that you do. Your success can only grow to the extent that you do. Your temporary happiness can only grow to the extent you do. So if you're on a path and you're not looking to grow, then you need to step back and you need to become observant of where you're going. You will need to become more present within yourself to find that enlightenment. Now, what are you going to do to get to where you want to be? How are you going to get to where you want to be? What do you need to get to where you want to be? What do you need to do? What do you need to say? What do you need to visualize? What do you need to desire? Because ultimately, if you're just going to think it and you're not going to do it, you're not going to achieve it. But if you're going to think it and feel it and absorb it, you will achieve it. This will become your result. And in closing, I would like to say that the past 3 days about talking about pathfinding has been awesome. And it's something I'm writing about in my new book, titled No More Rotten Tomatoes. It focuses on principles that I think that are necessary in life. It focuses on how you can achieve an extraordinary life, but not just achieve it, innovate it. Innovate extraordinary living. Because if you don't innovate yourself, if you don't redesign yourself, if you don't architect yourself, and you don't find a purpose, you won't have reward. And this is what the book's about, and this is what these past 3 videos have been about. It's about you finding yourself, your true self, finding yourself on the path, the correct path that you want to be on, not what others want you to be on. It's where you want to be, not where others want you to be. It's about where you want to be, where you need to be, to get to where you want to end up. Again, example, wealth. If wealth is your end goal, if that's your win-win, go for it. Don't let anybody stop you. But it's not going to happen by itself. You will need to put yourself on the path to get there. put it this way: if your resolution or your plan is to lose 20 pounds, what you going to do about it? Just sit on the sofa and play PlayStation and eat popcorn and hot dogs? Or are you going to get to the gym and work your ass off? That's exactly what I'm talking. Are you determined enough to get there? Will you commit to getting there? Because as I talk about in No More Rotten Tomatoes, the first thing you need to do in life is to reinvest in yourself. And this is, you need to decide on a goal, a path, a commitment. You need to commit to that commitment. You need to commit to that goal. You need to commit to that. And then you will succeed. But commitment isn't a once-off thing. It's a daily thing. It's not, oh, today I'm going to decide to be a locksmith, and tomorrow I'm going to enroll to be a student in a locksmith school. And then if you graduate, oh, I'm done it. No, that's not commitment. That's halfway. That's half-hearted commitment. I'm talking about commitment that's 120%. What will you do? What will you sacrifice? What will it take for you to break? Will you die trying to fulfill your commitments? Or will your commitment fail because you weren't committed enough? Because let me tell you, if you really committed enough to achieve, you will succeed. Decide, commit, succeed, reward. Decide, commit, succeed, reward. Rewards will follow your success. Thank you, thank you, thank you.